Hey crafty people, I am excited to share this design team project for ASC Supplies on Etsy. And I did hang it in my own craft room. Here's my craft room. I have lots of stuff. I had this space underneath this shelf that needed something. And I created this to put here. But if you guys know me, my philosophy is if somebody likes it better than me, I'm always willing to sell it. So if you like this, please let me know, and I'm happy to let it go. So this is an altered book, and you're like, what? So I'm going to show you how I did this. And I used a beautiful Minte paper collection from ASC Supplies called Lovely Day. I actually ordered another pack of it because I have some left over from this, and I want to create more with it because it's just stunning. So my philosophy when I started this project was these little houses, I thought, okay, this is like a little town. And then I was going to create a hot air balloon. I was going to mount the hot air balloon onto the book. Well, my hot air balloon kind of got too big. So I knew the sentiment I wanted to use was there's no place like home with the hot air balloon, because in The Wizard of Oz, there's a hot air balloon and, no place like home and, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, my balloon got too big, but this is going to be a set. If anybody wants this, it's a set. And I made it to hang because I wanted to hang it off of those pegs up there. But it is beautiful and I love it. And if nobody buys it, I'm happy to keep it displayed. And if somebody wants it, well, I'll just figure out something else to make for over here. But I'm going to show you how I make all of this, except this part right here. That's kind of crooked. But I show you how I do the book. Look at the book. It is so layerlicious. So layerlicious. I love it. So these two wood hot air balloons are from Sawcrafters, and she's no longer in business, and those were the last two I had with the hearts. And I just did like a little whitewash because this is like wood grain on the back, so I wanted that little pop of brown to kind of tie into the sentiment, there's no place like home. So anyway, I hope you'll stay for the, I guess it's a tutorial. It's also kind of a craft with me, but anyway, I had a ton of fun. Head over to ASC Supplies, look at their gorgeous papers, and let me know if you want this. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Bye, guys. So, we've got our book all done, and we've got a million glue strings, but I'm not worried about those at all. But you can see the different layers and how it helps make it look dimensional. Same on this side. Now, some people will take their pages and roll them, and I like that too, but on this particular project, I think we're gonna just do it like this. So now I've got different papers from the collection that I already cut up into smaller pieces. And what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to take my Tim Holtz distress tool, and I'm going to distress these and start finding areas to, I think we need to move down. Let me check. Right there. Okay. So I'm going to distress the edges of these papers like this. And then we're going to go in and we're going to start just sticking them randomly into our pages. So we're going to let some of the book pages show, but we do want our paper to show as well. So I'm going to go through and distress papers, and then I'll come back and we'll start, arranging. So I went ahead and glued in my papers on this side, and I wanted definitely a paper here at the very bottom, like the inside of the book, the actual book. So I have this one, and in this we're going to use fabric tack, my favorite paper glue, because it doesn't wrinkle your paper. Okay. So there we go. And you can see how that's nicely sticking out like it's the base of our book. All right. Now we have all these other pieces that we're going to use. And you can just randomly tear so that you have more pieces. And there's really no rhyme or reason. I'll be honest. You just need to figure out what looks good to you and go for it. But I am going to try to stagger the different colors of paper a little bit, so we're not, all the same colors right together. And I really do like to find some pages where there's several pages that I tore that are the same length and kind of go in between those to stick the paper. So like right here. And since this has a flat edge at the bottom, I'm going to bring it right even with the page at the bottom. So we need some pink. And the thing is when you're looking straight down, you're not seeing all the layers as you are when you look at the book in different directions. So okay, let's do that. And it also doesn't matter, like I just had glue all over a portion here, and it doesn't matter because then it's just going to stick the pages together and it's fine. I don't know if you can hear my dog snoring, but she is snoring quite loudly. Ah. Maybe we need to put glue on that side. I just love the shabbiness of this type of layering. It's just awesome. All right, now I have this piece. I think I'm going to go back over to this side. Stick that piece right there. All right. Do we need it? We need a piece sticking out right here, don't we? Yeah, there we go. I want to see some of the writing, but I don't want to see a ton of it. So I'm going to take this piece, tuck that in there. We're still going to lose a lot of this paper, and you're going to see why in my next clip, because we're going to start adding laces and trims. Some laces and trims from my stash. I'm sorry, my dog may bark, just so you know. And I pulled like sage, mint, peach, pink, yellow. I think that's it. Those are the main colors that we're seeing in this collection. And I have some pieces that are like leftover pieces. This is like just what I have left of that. I guess there's a little bit more of this, but not much. Let's see, how much is that? Oh, I guess that's 11 inches. But we're going to use this. We're going to cut it up into smaller pieces. And it doesn't even really matter what the sizes are. That was my dog. Let's see. We have some of this. There's a piece of that. Just little scraps. And I had these scraps, which I'm going to cut that one down. This actually is quite a bit, but this matches really nicely too. But it's very small, so I'm gonna hang on to that over here and see if we need it. I've got this piece, which that's maybe 2 feet, no? 18 inches. This one, we'll cut this one in half. And, you know, with this type of project, you can use your scraps. Go ahead, use your scraps. We'll do some of this. I got quite a bit of this. And then we'll start going to town. I mean, you could even use white with this, but I do have a lot of these trims in the colors that match. And there's a lot more to come. There's a lot more than just this book coming, and you'll see. So, again, you want to pull your pages apart, and you're going to tuck in like that. And the nice thing about this, like I said, is you're going to use your scraps. And if you're using stuff that's like this particular piece right here, that's sheer, you're going to get to see the paper underneath it. It's not going to cover it up. And if some of it sticks out more than other, that much the better. You know, this piece is kind of long. I'm going to cut that because we don't always need... Oh, that's going to cover too much of that up. I think I'll tuck this one under here. It is just this layering part. This part for me is like super fun. And this is just going to create a beautiful piece of decor. For your craft room, for a gift. You can even put some hanging down like this. Let's figure out a way to make this one hang down. Because this one's really pretty. Oh yeah. See how that looks nice hanging down? Because if you hang this on a wall, you're going to see that lace that's hanging. See how pretty that's going to look? I'm going to save that one for the other side. Let's figure out what we're going to do with this. Okay. Going through a lot of hot glue, but good thing hot glue is not expensive. And the other good thing is, if you decide you don't like something and you want to rip it out, it's not going to damage your project because your project is all ripped up looking anyway. I'm sorry you can't see everything that I'm doing, but So there's the different layers of trims. And if you want to glue these pieces together, any more of these, you certainly can. But I like the fullness, but you can make it, you know, less full if you like. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do the other side without you, and I'll be back. So, got all the laces and trims put in. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty already. But let me show you what we're going to do. Let me put these away. We may add some more laces and trims. I didn't even put any yellow, and I probably should. Let's figure out a place we can tuck in a little bit of yellow, okay? Let's just get that. Let's just do that real quick. This seems like a good enough spot. I'm not a big yellow person, but there is so much yellow in this paper collection that I think it's absolutely necessary that we put in some yellow. And if we're putting it on this side, we're going to put it on the other side too. And it's just going to peek out just a bit. Not like super in your face yellow if you're not a yellow person either. Let's do right here. And some of it won't even show looking down from the top, and that's okay too. Because like I said, this is one of those projects that you're going to look at from all sides. Sorry about that. My dog. So where you might not see it looking straight down, when you're looking at it from a different direction, you're going to see it. And I want some of this yellow hanging down. This is also one of those kind of projects that while you're creating it, it's like it looks really messy, but the end result is just going to be spectacular. For those of you that know me, you know I have a Doberman who's just barely a year old, and she is sometimes playing in my craft room. All right. Now, I was going through my stash, and I was like, what am I going to do with this collection? Because it has these little houses. Okay, has all these little houses. And I was looking through my stash, and I found this chipboard balloon. So I made a stencil, this shape of the balloon, and I cut out all these out of the same paper in the shape of the balloon. So we're going to make a hot air balloon, and it's going to go like this. Okay, I'm just giving you the layout here. And then I printed this. I found this on Pinterest. And it's going to say, there's no place like home. And then we're going to have all the little houses at the bottom. And I'm super, super excited. All right. So that's what we're going to do. Let's do the hot air balloon. So we're going to set the book aside. I really love that book. Okay, so like I said, I traced around this. I made a template, and I made all these balloons. And they all have, you know, double-sided paper, so it's really nice. So what we're going to do, I should probably do this properly. So I'll put that on our scoreboard. So this comes over to almost 4. So we're going to score at almost. Shiva, almost 2. And that doesn't quite, because you want it to be folded directly in half. So I'm not going to use my scoreboard. So what we're going to do is we're just going to eyeball them and fold them in half. And you want to be careful here at the bottom, because you want that to be folded. And if they're not perfect, that's okay too, because we're gonna distress all of these anyway. And I unfortunately have to leave and go to work, so I'm gonna have to finish this video later, which, oh, when I get on a project, there is nothing more stressful for me than having to walk away from it. Every once in a while, I have to walk away from something because I'm losing my mojo, but this ain't one of them. Actually, when I got a good look at that book and how beautiful it looks, I was like, I just want to finish this so bad. All right, so we're gonna leave our last one because we're gonna glue it. We're gonna glue it to our balloon, and I'm gonna paint these. I don't know what color I'm going to paint them, but that's going to get glued on, and you don't need to watch me paint the balloon. So this piece is going to go at the bottom, so we're going to use that, and we're going to do is we're going to distress all the edges of our balloons, and that's going to take a little bit. So let me turn the camera off, and I'll come back when I'm done. Got all my balloon pieces. I've got my base of my balloon, and we're going to glue all our pieces together. And I'm going to try to keep different colors. So we've got the wood grain, we've got kind of a yellow, let's put a green. And then we'll do another yellow. And then on this side, we've got the wood grain, let's put got one of the white backgrounds, and then we'll put, I've got another one with the white background, so we'll put it on the other side as well. And I'm kind of leaving a little bit of room as far as the glue up to the edge, because I may want to stick some lace in between. So you want all your pieces to be flat. And this glue gives you some wiggle room, this fabric tack. So if you're using that, you've got time. If you're using hot glue, you're in trouble. Okay. So once you do that, then your pieces will kind of come apart like that. And then we're going to, you know, yeah, we're going to glue it to that base. And see, that gives me some wiggle room that if I want to stick some trims in there, and I actually think that's a really good idea. All right. So I think that will be really pretty. And then we just push that back together. Yeah, that's gonna look nice. I don't think we have enough to do all of it. So let's skip one and we'll do one here. And this is something I've never done on one of my hot air balloons, so you know, this is just creating on the fly here. And sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't, but I like this. And with this paper, just so you know, this Minte paper, it's more like cardstock. It's not at all like just plain paper. So you can, you know, pull stuff apart, redo it, replace it, and you're fine. Okay, so we have those two. And then we have this shorty piece. Let's just cut that one in half. Oh, I have some pink over here. Let's do some pink. So we'll pull these two apart. And that's the nice thing about this, super nice thing about this fabric tack too, is like I said, you got wiggle room. You got time to move things and reposition. And this project's going to be a distress project, so oh, this is going to be so pretty. Oh yeah, look how balloon's turning out. I love it. Okay, let's put some pink on. Uh-oh, All right. No big deal. And like I said, this is a distressed project. So when you end up with these little, what seems like a boo-boo, it's really not, because you're not even going to be able to tell that that just happened. That's just our little secret. And when I'm done with this balloon, it is time to go to work. So I'm glad I'm doing this, taking this balloon apart and putting the lace on now, because if I did wait until I got home, it would be much more difficult to do, because that would have given the glue time to set. So you've got pink and mint, and now I got to pull this apart and got to put pink in here. Ooh, or we could do yellow. Yeah. Let's do yellow. Glad I thought of yellow. It would be better if this was done, you know, when I was originally creating this, but you know, you just got to see how things kind of come together. Sometimes this is how it comes together. All right. So now what we're going to do, so we've got the yellow in the middle, green, pink, and then we need yellow again. So and I'm going to go ahead and take my hot glue here and go ahead and really pinch this together and get it to set how we want it. And I did wait till that cooled off a bit. Okay. So now we're going to take our yellow and we're going to go all the way around. And this time we're going to use the hot glue. I'm going to have to order some more yellow because I don't use yellow much, but when I need it, I need it. And I don't like to have to go shopping for it when I need it. I like to have it right then because I'm crafty spoiled that way. Okay. There is our shabby chic, the top of our balloon. Oh my gosh. I may not even use the bottom of this. I might just use a template of this little square. I might make an actual little box. I think that's what I'll do. So I don't have to waste this and I can use it for something else. Oh, we got to glue it onto here. That's right. Well, that didn't go very good. All right. And that just gives our balloon a little bit more stability. So like I said, there we go. And I'm gonna need sometimes, you know, you can come back and you can add hot glue once everything is exactly how you want it. If this fabric tack isn't doing the job good enough. So I am loving that a lot. And it's gonna look so pretty on our book. Yeah. And it's gonna stick off the top. It's got to, so we have enough room for our little houses at the bottom. And I have some other cutouts. I just want to show you real quick from this collection. So we've got all the little houses that we're gonna use. And we're gonna layer these. They're gonna be dimensional. So it looks like a little village at the bottom. But we've got stuff like these pieces that I cut out from the collection. We've got like the flowers and succulents. This pretty, which I imagine like finding a place to tuck that in and have that like sticking out. Oh, I have another one over here. This one's a little smaller. Maybe it can kind of stick out up like that. It's gonna be gorgeous. And this sentiment was just like so perfect. There's no place like home. Oh my gosh, I love it. All right, we'll be back later. Well, I am back from work. And while I was gone, I made a decision. And the decision is that this balloon is too big for this book. It's just too big. So I'm going to make something else with this. And I'll show you that. But I did decide I'm going to put these two big die cuts. I'm going to tuck one of them down here. So let's do that. And I'm going to tuck the other one up here at the top. Okay. So I'm really sad about the balloon, and maybe you've already watched the video and I figured out something else to do. I'm going to turn the big light on because it's looking pretty dark. Okay, I hope that helped. But I do know what I'm going to do with my little village. I'm going to put my little village at the bottom. Let's see. Oh, here it is. So I have All right, then I have these. And these are too much alike. I can't put them all. So I really do want to layer these. Can't really cut those. Okay, just cut them. Okay, so now I can... It's like, why do I only have one that looks like that? I should have more. All right, I did put some foam on the back of these just to pop them up a little bit. Do it like this. I'm frustrated. I really want it to look like all the buildings are a little bit different. I think that'll work right there. Okay. Now, I'll be honest with you, I was trying to figure out how to do the lettering, the sentiment. There's no place like home. And I'm not sure yet. And I did do this frame. I can always take that paper out if I don't use that, but I'm really going to have to play around with it. So this is going to be my last part of the craft with me. But I think you guys get the gist of my creative, juices for this. And I also have a whole bunch of these that I cut out from the collection. And I am going to tuck these throughout, but it's going to depend on what I do with the sentiments. So I hope you enjoyed my thought process through this and the tutorial. I really like this a lot. But as always, if somebody likes it better than me, I am willing to sell this to someone who would like this for their home or their craft room. So my email is always in the description box below the video. And if you'd love to have this, message me and we can talk about a price. And somebody complained one day that I didn't say the price of my item, and I'm going to tell you why. Sometimes if I really, really, really love something, I might say a higher price, because to me, I may not really want to sell it unless I can get that price for it. But if I have it for a while, I might be willing to take a lower price because I've enjoyed it for the period of time. and I'm ready to let it go. So I don't like to put a price because sometimes later on, if I haven't sold it, I might be willing to come down on my price. So it only takes a minute to send me an email and ask me what the price is, and I will respond. I usually respond within an hour, sometimes quicker than that. But like I said, I kind of lost my direction with the balloon situation, and I am going to think on what to do about if I'm going to create a smaller one or what. So I'm sure by now you've seen what the finished product looks like. This is what it looks like when you do this, but the bottom is what really looks pretty because we put a lot of laces and trims tucking out from the bottom, and you're not really going to see the top because it's going to be hanging up. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know. I love your comments. Head over to ASC Supplies, get you this beautiful collection, and there's so many others to choose from. Happy scrappy day. Bye.